V1. Rotate.
I'll go back to the flight deck. We'll check the charts and the weather in just a second, but in the meantime we have, what is it, Sweden control? So we're just about to call them up. Sweden control, how you doing? Skyways 820 Bravo with you, flight level 370.
Skyways 820 Bravo, good evening, Sweden control, radar contact. Proceed direct to Nismo.
Direct to Nismo, Skyways 820 Bravo, thank you. So we have a direct. We will go to Nismo. I may have said Nismo, but whatever. Direct to... Scroll down a little bit. Nismo. There we go. Insert. That clears up a little bit on the old ND. Start making a slight left. Well out of range. Okay, so talking about the weather and the arrival into Rovaniemi. Final waypoint is was Mismo.
And then I have a 169 contact at the body 124.675.
So the final waypoint was Mismo.
124.675.
I've gone ahead and added Nemgu, and you'll see why when we check the weather in a second here. Here we are looking at the arrival charts. So Mismu is around here somewhere. Then I've added Nemgu, which is the first waypoint on our arrival. We're going to be taking the Nemgu 1 Charlie. Speaking of the arrival, let's pull down the weather here. Rovaniemi. So we've got clear skies. It is cold. It is -8. We don't need de-icing systems or anti-ice if there is visible moisture present. But looking at the forecast here, the METAR, we don't see any cloud layers, so for now we can plan them off. We'll use pilot's discretion on the descent. If we start to see that we're going to be crossing through some clouds, then we'll pop that on. But in the meantime, temperature's -8, dew point's -8. The surface wind is 210 at 10, so out of the southwest. Great visibility, pressure's 1015, all that checks out, that's good. Happy with that. So, getting back to our arrival, Nemgu 1 Charlie from Nemgu. There's an altitude restriction here, might be a little bit small to see, but flight level 100 or above. The transition altitude, by the way, is 5,000. I saw it here earlier. Here we go. 5,000 up here. So from Nemgu, we'll be going to Mipgo, and then from Mipgo to Eknom, from Eknom to Vekip, and from Vekip, we will be going to Nipak. And then from Nipak, well, actually, we'll take a look at the airport chart here first. There's one runway here on in Rovaniemi. It's a 0321. Winds are out of the southwest, so we'll take runway 21. There is an ILS frequency, an ILS approach. From Vekip, that'll be our transition to Nipak. From Vekip, we will be going to Nipak, and from Nipak, we will follow the ILS in. So we want to be at about 2,400 feet, it's 2,500 or above at Nipak, and then follow the glide down the inbound course 206. We'll put that all into the FMC. Localizer frequency is 111.7, 111.7. So we'll be coming in basically a downwind leg to Vekip, and then making our right turn to base leg, and then another right to final. The airport, once again, looks like this. We'll be landing on runway 21, planning to vacate either Bravo or at the end, depending on the braking action. Terminal's down here to the left, and if we pull up the terminal chart, if we do vacate via Bravo, I'm selecting stand number 8 for our parking. So back in the flight deck, we will set up our arrival. It's the ILS Zulu from the Nipak 1 Charlie. Transition none? Okay. Well, anyways. Insert that, see what it looks like.
Good evening,
Sweden control.
So we've got Mismo, then Nemgu. Oh, that was the Nipex, yeah, okay.
Okay, full go. United for 17 green is going to control for the contact. Contact from 287.
You want the NIMGU
Time
control.
class 720 reporting off.
There we go. Okay. So now everything should match up. We've got NIMGU at or above 10,000, or flight level 100. And then if we scroll through here, we've got... Let's tighten up the old ND. MIPCO, then ECNOM, then VICIP. And then our inbound course. So what we'll do is I'm going to add a couple of the waypoints here. So that's 2,500 or above. That's fine with me. Just going to quickly check the charts and fill out a couple of last waypoints here. So we're going to add in NIPAC, like so. I'll go VECIP, NIPAC, and then we can delete the discontinuity. Clear. The only other thing we need to add is an altitude constraint at NIPAC. So we will do NIPAC. Nope, we want to do this side. So, and the altitude constraint, the way we do that is we add the plus 2500 altitude constraint like so. And that should get back. There we go. So our descent is pretty much planned in there. At INSAR we want to be at 2,400 feet, so that's what we're going to shoot for. And try to respect everything along the way. We can go into perf, and we can fill out our arrival phase. Next phase, next phase. So the QNH I said was 1015. For now, the temperature is -8. The wind 210 at 10. So transition altitude 5,000 goes in there. Barometric minimums, I'm going to check in just a second and be right back. 712. And that is this filled out. So VLS is 153. We're doing a full config landing. No mucking around. And yeah, that's us set up for the approach. So still quite a bit of flying to go here before we even get close to the airfield. If we look here. By the way, Scandinavia is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. And the sun is nice and low in the sky. Makes for some great shots. Beautiful sunset. Or, well, it's middle of the afternoon, but yeah. Yeah, so weather not too much of a factor on the arrival. If we zoom out all the way, we can just barely see. I'm at 340 on max range on the ND.
17 contact Sweden control 128.625.
And we're basically headed straight to Mismo. Our top of descent will be slightly before Mismo. I'll bring you back around then.
625.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming
route for you. Ready to copy.
Stand by 820 Bravo. Skyways 820 Bravo, ready to copy.
Skyways 820 Bravo. Stand by. Lost the Bravo flight plan air. Let's try again. Skyways 820 Bravo, you're clear to Rovaniemi. After Nismo, fly airway Mike 607 Nemgu, November Echo Mike Golf Uniform.
Skyways 820 Bravo, after Nismo, Mike 607 to Nemgu, November Echo Mike Golf Uniform.
Skyways 820 Bravo, thank you, correct.
Okay, bit of a reroute.
Skyways 820 Bravo, just got a coordination message from Tampa radar, so you can now continue to have Nemgu instead, November Echo Mike Golf Uniform, sorry.
You were a little bit garbled on the last from Tampa radar. We missed that. Skyways 820 Bravo.
Skyways 820 Bravo, I got a coordination request from Tampa radar. He wants you to proceed direct Nemgu now. Proceed direct November Echo Mike Golf Uniform.
Oh, okay, no problem. Direct Nemgu, Skyways 820 Bravo. Thank you. Yeah, so the coordinators are controlling, and I guess the flight plan was a little bit on the offside, so what we'll do here, hang on, if I can, there we go. What we will do is we will go to, I don't know if I have it in the flight plan. Yeah, I do. Okay, so we can go direct to Nemgu, insert, and then there we go. Okay. And then after that, yeah, we'll call for the descent, and yeah. So yeah, the end of the flight plan was a little bit sketchy. I wasn't too sure myself. If there was no ATC on, I probably would have just continued as it was. But they got it talking, and they didn't like the end of the flight plan, which is fine. The reroute is you know, basically normal procedures anyways. And they kind of fixed it up for me, which is kind of nice. So we're going straight to Nemgu, and then probably get cleared by Tampere Radar, who is also online, for the arrival, which I should probably write down somewhere, because as it stands, I have it all programmed into the flight management computer, but not quite in my brain noodle unit. What did we say? Arrival was the Nemgu 1 Charlie. There we go. So I don't think there's an Addons on for Rovaniemi, but Nemgu 1 Charlie. There we go.
Sweden, good evening again. Skyways 1438 with you, passing flight level 220 for flight level 360.
I think somebody is coming
Skyways
out.
1438 to Morgan, Sweden, radar contact. Continue 360. Roger, continue flying 360, Skyways 1438.
Company traffic on the
Skyways 820 Bravo, when ready to send flight level 210.
When ready, down to 210, Skyways 820 Bravo. So, not quite near our top of descent yet, but we are cleared to start our descent. Yeah, the Christmas tour is quite popular over here at Fly UK. Basically just, well, it's not so much a tour, well, okay, sorry. There's a Christmas tour with a whole bunch of legs, but I think these are Christmas flights, and basically we're pulling out certain aircraft, various aircraft, I think one of each type, out of mainline service, just for a little while, ferrying it over to, or repositioning it to another certain airport, loading it up with the gifts and the elves. There's a lot of elves on holiday in the UK apparently this year, which is nice. I guess that's where they holiday. And then we're bringing them back up to Rovaniemi so that they can get cracking with their Christmas preparations and help Santa, and then basically ferry the aircraft back, or bring back some toys, you know, help Santa in distributing them to, you know, the main distribution centers in the UK at least, so that he can pick them up along the way. That streamlines his operations come Christmas. So we bring back those toys. Very few passengers on the way back, and then the aircraft get repositioned back to where we picked them up, and they get put back into mainline service. But it's very, very busy. Fly UK is committed to helping the cause for Santa and all of the children all over the world, essentially. We're just a small cog in the machine that is the Christmas spirit, but we're proud to be helping in any way we can. So I think that's the company traffic there, 1,200 feet below us and climbing. About 20-30 nautical miles. Don't think we'll be able to see them. Anyways, we're approaching our top of descent, so we'll go ahead and do the cockpit, the descent preparation checklist, which starts in 7 nautical miles, but you know what?
Okay, let's go through the descent preparation checklist. Seatbelt sign. Auto anti-ice. Off. Landing information. Received. Altimeter. Standard. Baro radio. Checked. Checklist complete.
That's basically it. So in about a couple of miles here, we're about to initiate our descent. Can we see the company traffic? I can't see anything. Close enough. We'll do it nice and shallow.
Initiating descent. FMA check.
We're going to be a little bit below for a while.
Set below.
That's fine. Perfectly happy with that. We're only cleared down to 210 anyways, and the rest will probably be with TrackIR radar if they stay online. So engine's coming back nicely, speed's under control. Start a nice gradual descent at about 1,000 feet per minute.
Skyway 820 Bravo, contact TrackIR radar 121.3.
TrackIR radar 121.3, Skyways 820 Bravo. Thank you, bye-bye, good night. TrackIR radar, good evening, Skyways 820 Bravo, out of flight level 315 for 210, direct Nemgu.
Good evening, Skyways. Skyways 820 Bravo from radar contact. Expect runway 21.
Expect a runway 21, Skyways 820 Bravo.
Confirmed.
So we weren't cleared yet for the approach, the star. So technically we're just going to Nemgu, and then from there I guess we've got vectors or something like that. We'll see.
You're clear for Nemgu 1 Charlie arrival, runway 21. When ready, descent to flight level 100.
Cleared for the Nemgu 1 Charlie arrival, when ready, down to flight level 100, Skyways 820 Bravo.
Confirmed.
So we can continue that descent on the profile down to 100. We'll leave the passenger signs, or the seatbelt signs at least, off for the time being. It's nice and smooth on the way down. Some sort of a frozen river down there. Sorry, the flight ended up being a night arrival. One of the only ones I've done on my channel so far. It's not that I don't like flying at night, it's just a little bit less to see outside. We did the one into Saitek, the one was an evening or night approach, and maybe one just after dusk, but nothing really at night. I don't know, I find day flights or transitioning either morning or evening flights are a little bit more entertaining, but hey ho, it's just me.
Skyways 820 Bravo, descend to 2,500 feet, QNH 1015, transition level 50.
Yeah, we got that down to flight level, or correction, 2,500 feet on 1015, Skyways 820 Bravo.
Number.
So we can continue our descent
Three
now.
winds 071, wind descend to flight level 200. When ready, descend flight level 200, three winds 071.
I would think that would be the field up there. Looks like it to me. The only thing lit up in the valley.
North trans 5627, Thunder. North trans 5627, go ahead. North trans 5627, wind ready, descend flight level 100. Wind ready, flight level 100,
I'm going to
North
give it
trans
a little bit of speed
5627.
brake because something didn't calculate correctly. So we're a little bit above profile, which is fine. Get it down nice and quick here at the end.
Passing 10,000 feet. Lights on. On.
So I'm going to take out the weather radar and I'm going to put the terrain radar on just because that would be the prevailing factor in this neck of the woods. Like so. We'll just keep an eye on the peaks. Make sure we don't run into anything. It's not that it's high peaks around here, it's just very undulating. And it's nighttime, I don't want to run into anything. Yeah. You want more drag. If that makes sense. It just kicked up the engines a minute ago. A little bit all over the place. Could be my bad too. I'm a little bit abrupt with the speed brake.
Skyways 802 Bravo. While en route, clear for ILS 2 approach, runway 21, report localized restriction.
Cleared for the ILS runway 21 approach, and we'll report established as Skyways 820 Bravo.
Thunder.
So we'll bring out flaps 1 on the right hand turn here to base leg. Otherwise, the approach checklist will begin momentarily. Go to perf. We'll wait on that one. Okay, now we can arm the spoilers. There we go. We don't want all of this. There we go. Speed's getting a little low. Engines should be kicking up here in a second. Come on.
Transition altitude. Checked. 1015.
So, can we see the field? It's over there somewhere. Start bringing the speed back to about 180.
Flaps 2.
The margins that we have to work with on the speeds are a little bit tight, simply because the weight of the aircraft. I mean, we're so fully loaded.
Localizer relay.
Checked. Just gonna dive down here. I'll bring out the gear a little
Gear
early.
down.
Skyways 820 Bravo fully established.
Flaps 3.
2,500.
Flaps full. Localizer captured.
2,500.
2, ready for push and start.
Corsair
Landing
122, push and start
checklist,
through QNH
Landing gear
1015.
down and locked. Free green. Ground spoilers checked and
Push and through
armed. Auto
QNH
brake, medium.
1015, Xavier.
Exterior lights on. Go round altitude
Confirm.
checked. Landing memo checked.
Skyways 820 Pro, Tampereen.
Skyways 820 Bravo, go ahead. We're fully established, runway 21.
Skyways 820 Bravo, wind 21037 knots, runway 21, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 21, Skyways 820 Bravo, thank you. Okay,
Tampereen.
so there's the lights. The visibility is, well, it's gotten worse.
Tampereen, no trans
got the runway.
567 reporting
Gonna
back
leave
in
it, gonna leave it on
Hold on,
power
but-
for a little while. Get nice and established here. Speed looks okay. 156 was the V approach. Minimum's about 700 and something barrel. This is looking very good. Autopilot's coming out.
Autopilot
off.
My aircraft, a little bit below the glide. There we go. Back on the glide. Looking good. A little bit to the right. A lot bit to the right. Getting high. I don't know. Maybe it's the fly-by-wire. I just can't get used to this aircraft.
500,
Very much to the right. Come on, correcting left. There we go.
400,
Come on. Oh man, I am
300.
all over the place. Yeah, I know. Whoop. Whoa, that was the wind. That was not me.
200,
That was not me. All right.
100 above, 100,
Ooh.
70, 60, 50, minimum 30,
Continue.
20, retard 5,
Oof. Sorry about that, Elves.
Spoilers.
Oh man. Oh. That was not one of my happiest landings. Ah. Santa's gonna be unhappy with me.
70 knots. Auto brakes off.
I definitely need more practice. Reverser's coming in, 60 knots. We'll vacate over here. Onto, I believe it's hotel.
Tampereen, no trans 5627, starting descent for level 100. No trans 562.
You probably won't after that landing, but hey,
Continue straight ahead across Tango to Sierra. I will
yeah, no problem. We'll continue straight ahead to Sierra. Skyways 820 Bravo.
Set off.
thank you.
Engine mode selector checked. Normal. Flaps. And flap 0. TCAS checked. Standby. Brake temperature. Brake fans on. APU.
Corsair 122, are you ready to set?
Set on. Checklist complete.
We can start with the staff referring to start because GSX and I can start the engines were pushing back in conditions under 10 degrees.
One Express 1218, come check please.
Old Express 1218, come radar, read you fall.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, Express 1218 request clearance to Stockholm Arlanda Airport.
Old Express 1218, you're clear to Stockholm Arlanda, runway 22 right. Vagip 1 November departure, Avivo. Squawk 7018, clearance correct.
Savia 1 to 0 defect.
First one we want you to tax to holding point Echo runway 21.
Runway 21, that's what you want.
Skyway 820 Bravo. Give way to Transavia 737 taxiing from left to right. And then you can take either stance 7 or 9. 8 seems to be occupied. Probably 9 because the 777 seems to be in between 7 and 8.
Okay, we'll take stand 9 behind the Transavia 737. Thank you very much for your help tonight, and take care. Skyways 820 Bravo.
Thank you very much for flying and I hope to see you on Saturday.
We'll try. Skyways 820 Bravo. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye.
Well, West 1218, request flight and push.
There goes the 7-3.
Well, Express 1218, stand up push approved. Stay tuned.
Alright, the APU is on. We can go ahead and shut down the engines. Still so unhappy about that landing. Oh man. Well, I'm going to leave it in.
Flight, so let's do the pack done for the day. Parking brake and chocks.
Alright, let's get the chock set. Ground services, we want that. We want that.
And the chocks are set.
We want that. And we want
Pack
that.
and brake released. Engines master. Both off. Seatbelt sign. Set off. Beacon lights. Off. Exterior lights. Checked. Anti-ice. Off. Fuel pumps. Set off. Checklist complete.
Where's the dome light in this thing? You are... Where's the dome light? I think it's one of these. That one? Yes. Awesome. Whoa, that's bright. Thanks for joining me, everyone, on our special trip to Christmas Village. The elves are a bit shaken, but thankfully I haven't made the naughty list just yet. I'm gonna go grab a hot chocolate from the terminal and start personally apologizing to airport authorities for denting their runway with 120,000 pounds of airliner. So if your Christmas presents are slightly dented this year, you know who to blame. I'd also like to thank the wonderful community that has sprung up around the channel. Some of you have been around since the very beginning, and I've been making a list of my own based on your suggestions and feedback. If we haven't gotten around to your suggested destination just yet, I promise it hasn't been forgotten. So thank you to each and every one of you out there who has stuck around and helped me get better at this whole YouTube thing. I'm not too fond of asking for likes, mainly because if you watched the video and found it entertaining, that's good enough for me. But what I really enjoy is interacting with the community. So if you're a subscriber or just passing through, leave a comment down below and tell me about yourself. What do you enjoy about the hobby? What brought you here? And how'd you get started with flight simulation? If there's a particular aspect of aviation you're still struggling with, maybe I or someone else watching this video can help you out. I could even try to cover it in a future episode. Until next time, on behalf of myself and everyone at Fly UK, we wish you blue skies, tailwinds, happy holidays, and we'll see you in the next episode.